As Harris continues to surge in the polls in what for now remains a tight contest against her Republican rival, former President Donald Trump, the DNC in Chicago will literally be her crowning achievement, becoming just the second woman and first black woman to be nominated to lead a major party ticket in the United States.
The campaign is about a recognition that, frankly, over the last several years, there's been this kind of perversion that has taken place, I think. Which is to suggest that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, when what we know is the real and true measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you lift up. That's what we see as strength. We know what strength looks like. That's what strength looks like. Anybody who's about beating down other people is a coward.
Include a who's who of Democratic Party politics. On Monday, under the theme For the People, President Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden will headline, along with former presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. A bold vision for America's future will be Tuesday's theme, with speeches by former President Barack Obama and Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff. Wednesday's A Fight for Our Freedoms will see former President Bill Clinton speak and Governor Tim Walz accepting the nomination for Vice President, culminating in Thursday's big night under the theme For Our Future, when Harris makes her historic acceptance speech.
Youngest delegates here. It's, similarly unbelievable. I think it's something that speaks a lot about Vice President Harris is that she makes young people want to be involved. She really inspired so many folks to be here, and just being able to say that I am a young person here voting for her to be our president, it's such an honor. It's incredible, and I am so lucky that I am one of very few people from Washington State and from my congressional district that was chosen to represent us, and it's not something that I take lightly.
And while this will be Harris's convention, it will also be an opportunity for Democrats to tip their hats to the Bidens as they pass on the baton to a younger generation of leadership.
Folks, I have an incredible partner. The progress we made, she's going to make one hell of a president.
I certainly love Joe. I think he's been a fantastic president. I believe that he has not gotten the full credit for the accomplishments he's done in office, but I also certainly understand the feeling that we now have with a new generation stepping forward. So with Vice President Harris and Tim Walz leading the ticket, I think it's really finally showing that the Democratic Party is truly committed to being the forward-looking party. As a young Democrat, that really matters to me.
And while there will be much to celebrate inside the convention venue, protests outside are part of the tradition of political conventions in the United States, with the pro-Palestinian movement front and center this year.
We see it's critical that in a moment when working people are being squeezed by skyrocketing costs of living, that money not go to bomb children in Gaza. We're going to hit the streets, we're going to be pushing on all these messages, and also tying the message of ceasefire, the message of an arms embargo, to other progressive policies that people are going to be there demanding from the Democrats.
The policy changes around Israel, not just words, not just lip service.
As Democrats celebrate in Chicago, Donald Trump will seek to counter that narrative with a swing state blitz this week. Tell us ahead of the kickoff of the DNC this week is that Kamala Harris has enjoyed a momentous surge since President Biden stepped aside, with an additional bump expected after 4 days of primetime level focus on Democratic Party messaging this week. It will be a fitting and historic coronation for Harris that no one quite imagined just 29 days ago. And despite the whiplash the last few weeks have represented in American politics. Sherman Briceby's SABC News, New York.